Some good news and some bad news if you're in the market for a Lexus GX 460. The good news is that most of the inventory at the moment, actually all of the inventory at the moment, is 2023 inventory. The bad news is that you've got less units to work with if you were hoping to score an incredible deal on a GX before the 2024 rolls out into dealership lots. Right now, the Grand Cherokee L has about 10,500 units. We're seeing roughly about 5,200 Infiniti QX60s, around 5,000 Volvo XC90s, around 3,300 Lexus GX 460s, and roughly around 2,300 Genesis GV80s. At any point during this video, by clicking the link in the description below, you'll be able to access a summary of everything I'm talking about in this video. If at any point you're finding this information useful, please consider subscribing. Back to our video. QX60 has the highest residual of any of the vehicles that I've just listed off at about a 60%, while the GV80 has a horrendously low 46% residual, with the GX falling somewhere in the 57% range, quite a bit lower than what the residual was a few years ago. I've got a 2023 GX 460 picked out with the typical price tag of about $70,880. Now, you might see them a little bit cheaper and you might see them a little bit more expensive. For example, if you look at the typical base, it's going out for about 65 to 67,000. But from what I'm seeing in stock, we're not seeing as many bases as we are premium and luxury. I went on to Edmunds.com and I did notice that the invoice price for this GX that they're recommending is about $65,318. This is coming out to roughly about 7.5% to 8%. I don't want you to stop there though. I want you to target a few thousand less than the invoice. So target about 3,000 less than this, making the overall discount about 12% off of MSRP, landing you at a target of about $62,318 before any and all incentives, which, by the way, there aren't any if you're planning on purchasing. We do, however, have a 4.49% promotional APR available at 60 months, or if you're planning on leasing yet you still have some remaining payments left, or if you're planning on purchasing a brand new GX, you could get 4 lease payments waived through Lexus Financial Services if you're planning on buying or leasing another GX. There is some lease cash available on GX 460s in the amount of $3,500. Also, if you're a member of the military, you do get $1,000 in lease credit. The lease program isn't all that great, mainly because of the money factor being so damn high. Seriously, higher than the promotional APR that they've got going. Yet they wanted to offset it with some lease cash. It's about a 57% residual at 36 months for 12,000 miles a year, and a 0.00262 money factor, which translates to roughly about a 6.3% APR. Now, plugging in a $70,880 MSRP from this Lexus GX, assuming 2 different scenarios, one at full MSRP and the other with this 12% discount. At full MSRP, assuming you're giving all your inception fees due at start and assuming that you've hit like and subscribe, we would be talking about $1,031 a month. And now with 12% off, we'd be talking about $771 a month. Again, you guys, that's not including your state sales tax. Also, assuming that you're giving your inception fees due at start. I am seeing quite a few people landing some crazy deals on Lexus GX 460s. Just a few weeks ago, one of the forum threads was listing off a member who got, I think, down into like the $650 range on a GX 460 with an MSRP of about $65,000, while some brokers are offering deals on the GX 460 in the $700 to $800 per month range as well. Overall, I want to give this GX 460 a rating of about a C+. At full MSRP, it's ridiculously high. And with a whopping 12% off of MSRP, it's just... I remember Lexus GXs leasing out in the 6s, sometimes even in the mid 5s back a few years ago. To see a payment increase by about 50%, it's just not all that enticing on a vehicle that's about to be outgoing. Now on the used market, we are seeing about less than 900 2020 to 2021 GX460s. Again, this is with about less than 40,000 miles. So less than about 1,000 units. Obviously, the higher in mileage you go, or if you're going to go to say a 2019 or a 2018, you're going to see more units. But something that's probably certifiable, you're going to probably only see about 900 of these on the ground at the moment. You're seeing bases go out for about $45,000, used luxuries about $50,000, but this can vary depending on mileage, depending on if it's a 2020 or a 2021. There's all certain factors that will affect this, but I'm seeing about 45 to 50K on 3-year-old GX460s. The verdict on this GX460, I say buy it new. The lease program sucks. Okay, there's a $3,500 lease credit. However, the money factor is just way too high. But the purchase program, especially if you're getting a really, really good deal on the final selling price at 4.49%, I really do think it's the more logical way to go. The residual will probably stay between this 55 to 60% range in my opinion, and at the same time, in a few years from now, you might even be able to squeeze out a little bit more money on the private market. This is going to be one of those vehicles that just age very, very well and continue to demand more money than what its competitors are demanding 3 years from now. Again, you guys, by clicking the link in the description below, you'll be able to access a summary of everything I've covered in this video. Also, if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.